Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales from the Tome table. I just got deafened by Sky doing unmentionable things to my microphone. Oh, God, it's been a while. It's been a while in general. We haven't actually been in a room together in a minute because real life sucks.
Negatory
Star Commander.
Negatory Star Commander.
I get that. There we go. Now I'm not as deaf anymore. I love that. You guys know what it is. It's a roundtable discussion where we get to sit around and talk about stuff. It's been a minute, so we've actually got blimey, man, we've capped up a lot since the last one.
I remember nothing.
I remember nothing. That's okay. I remember everything.
This is
so
the first
long. Video one for ages because
the other video
I
screwed
wasn't
up.
here 1 week in the year. So there's an audio turntable from a little while back, but not since after episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Holy shit!
And we're now up to episode 15.
Plus
With
about
heaps of shit in between.
12 random one-shot things that have occurred.
Holy shit!
So apparently now we're in the top 1% of podcasters because we've made it past episode 21. Most people don't get that far.
Oh my god!
Hell yeah!
Sick. Fucking hell! Yeah, alright.
We're the greatest to ever do it!
So we have 15 main episodes. Episode 15.5 will be next week, which is our sort of spin-off.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
'cause it's
Yeah.
technically in the same realm, but not.
I'm treating it
The
as
main
an extra
campaign.
episode because it means I don't have to work as hard.
And then
Just
we've
like-
got above the tables, we're starting to do a bit.
The light bulbs are going off. I was like, 15.5. What? I forgot my boy.
You know the last game we played?
What? When was that? Like the start of the year, Christmas?
January?
Yeah, January.
Was it?
I think it was like January or February.
Yeah, that was like 3 months
Yeah.
ago.
We haven't played in ages.
Yeah.
So there's a big.
Where are my wrist
I was out last night. I'm like, I'm gonna have to rewatch them just to remember what Hugel does.
Literally.
Because even still now, so it's been a while, and then we're gonna do our Kids on Brooms game, which will take a few
That's right.
sessions. So it's gonna be even another probably month or two before we get back to.
About
And with
two.
a couple of unable to play weekends coming up for some of us too.
Yeah.
So it'll be probably 2 months now before we get back to the main crew.
Zero's always easy to get back into. I just go.
I cast a gun, prepare to meet God. I love that.
Dragons shots, anyone?
What?
Not sorry about that one.
Oh wow, that's
Still not sorry.
Wow.
that's cruel. That's cruel. Well, there's a perfect lead into the opening session that we always do, which is Gab on the slab. So this is a chance. This is a chance where everyone gets to gab about. And we're back.
We just lost half the audience.
If you stuck around for this, you're a real one. Yes, I have a pen on my finger. We know this. This is where we can gossip about anything we want to gossip about related to tabletop, movies, film, blah, blah, blah. Anything that's tickled your fancy for the last couple of days, weeks. What?
Someone's keen.
The trailer for Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Oh, fucking slaps. I'm so excited.
I didn't see that.
I haven't seen that either.
So good. Can't wait. Sequel to Camp Cretaceous that we needed 5 years later. Finally!
Cretaceous. Oh my
Is
god!
this an animated one?
Yes.
I think I have seen this trailer.
I just am very, very excited because one of the characters that came back gets a massive glow up and he deserved it.
Baby,
Watch the trailers
do
and
you like
understand.
Jurassic Park?
Do I like Jurassic
It's
Park?
Babe! It's
No.
Babe!
Where's
It's Babe!
For context, if my reaction so far hasn't been a good enough reaction so far, I have spent the last week completely disassociated from reality because I'm too busy playing Jurassic World Evolution 2, building my own parks,
I love
and they
those
must
games.
be right. But all my dinosaurs keep dying of old age because I feed them too well, and it's killing me.
I felt the heartbreak. Yeah.
I love those fuckers and they keep dying because I treat them too well. And that's the only time you'll ever see me truly cry. I don't even care about Doug this much.
Wow.
Like,
I'm actually crying. And it's not even like Bailey's statements, it's everyone else's reactions to the statements that are fucking sending me.
Now, someone change the subject before I go on a fucking 3-hour tangent
About dinosaurs.
about dinosaurs and how they changed the voice actor for Owen in the game.
Let us know in the
Please.
comments if you want that special episode.
Just
I'll
an
get Bailey
hour.
just by himself, just ranting about
In
dinosaurs.
a dark room with one candle.
I'll have a spinny chair and a cat. I'll just spin around at the start of the episode and that's all you'll get.
Come mini me.
Oh my goodness. Did
Check
anyone
the
else
topic.
have anything?
There was some good energy there.
I can't top that.
Good energy. Very
What
positive.
the fuck you mean? Yeah, you can. Talk about Astarion.
Oh.
You have to make that line up.
I don't know. This is gonna be awkward. I wish you two were on the same shot for that.
You just put us in like the completely opposite, but for that one frame, you just put our squares
Oh,
together.
do my best.
Oh wow, that was painful. Oh,
Oh my
holy
God.
dooly, that was funny.
And that.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Gracious. Oh.
Because you're getting Seb to print out a little Astarion head for
Yeah,
you.
he was supposed to be here today.
R.I.P.
We'll have a pop-up.
Yeah,
Everyone
Check him
aggressively
out.
stare at him.
commission him for mini Astarians. Fucking
He's pretty nice
Pretty easy.
print. It was a pretty nice
yeah.
print. I usually don't do the real high detail, bigger things like that, but it's pretty nice.
It came out pretty
I've
short.
had like
Yeah.
3 people look at it. It's fucking dope.
yeah, it's mine.
It's mine.
I paid $1 for it.
Are you
Fine.
gonna paint them, or are you gonna just leave them?
Just basically Greek god statue sort of thing.
It's
Oh,
got
Roger.
a grey
Yeah.
undercoat and then like a top down like a Zenithal style spray
Hell
paint
yeah.
with like a white, bone white kind of.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, because trying to do the details and stuff like that, I feel like getting the color correction, there's a lot
so
of
many
detail.
details.
You'd have to pay like a professional, like
Yeah.
competition level painter to get it
Oh,
right.
the little gold like embossing in his clothes would be a bitch.
Yeah, so just keeping him white is fine for me. It'd fit the aesthetic, so I got enough mini like Greek god statue things as well. Anyway, he can just fit in.
Yeah.
Right on my desk.
They have the shapes.
The
trying to do
whole
those fine
reason
lines.
why it's actually kind of funny. When I started playing Baldur's Gate again, it was right after I moved my PC from mine and Steve's gaming room into my own one.
Yeah.
That's when I started playing it more. And then Steve's just like, did you just move away so then you could romance Astarion? It's like, yeah, and? What
Don't
about
look at
it?
me.
I
reckon
tell
there
you
were
about my
a lot
boyfriend.
of partners looking over shoulders of people playing that game with like a "What the fuck are you playing?" Even me and my roommate would be like, we were both playing at the same time, and sometimes you walk past the other one's room, and the person.
Do you do the same thing when you read like the Akatar series?
Oh,
or-
no.
No,
I'm like-
you just do that out in public.
Well, everyone who's played Baldur's Gate knows the barn scene. Everyone knows the
I
barn
love
scene.
the barn scene.
When I
I
first played it,
Would someone like to explain the barn scene to Cody?
oh my god.
Big Unga Bunga woman, small Unga Bunga man, going at it in the barn. He literally has to stand on a crate to get access to
Wait,
the Unga
I have
Bunga.
seen
Yes,
that.
you have.
Yes, I have seen that. It was on
Everyone's
TikTok.
seen
Yeah.
it. But when I did my first playthrough, because I'm going through my second one, technically I haven't finished the first, I kind of like turfed it because I got mods and I was like, this is pretty, I'll go with that. But with my first one, it was when I was still in the same room as Steve, and I look over my shoulder, I'm like, open the door, and then I look back and Steve's like, what are you doing? What's this? What's going on? And I'm like,
It's like a parent that walks in on you as a teenager. Like, the whole movie's like, space, sci-fi, guns, dinosaurs, volcanoes erupting, and then they walk in and it's like, suddenly the main character's balls deep in his love interest. They're having sex. They're going at it. It's like, no, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna promise. It's not a fucking weird movie. It's literally what
it
it's
was
like.
exactly that. He was paying
That's
attention
Starship
to his
Troopers
own
in my
game.
memory. I remember watching that on TV one night and just being like, yeah, cool. violence, space
Guns!
bugs. Mum and dad come in, oh, what are you watching? Like, I'm in the living room because they've been out there. And there's the scene where they're all just nude in the shower.
I'm doing my part.
Everyone. Is just like,
Yes, Paul Verhoeven, you were. Thank you.
Oh shit! Yeah.
There was some weird feelings about that when I was younger. Very weird feelings. Fucking hell. You guys are fucking animals.
yep.
Why do I keep inviting you back here?
It's because we're good content.
Yeah.
That's true. Make me money.
I actually got my like gaming put into perspective real recently because I was like going on a nostalgia trip, and I bought all 3 of the Spider-Man games back on PS2.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Fuck me dead. I put the first one in, and like for reference, you're like, I'm Spider-Man, I'm gonna run forward. Okay, I've now like hit left. The amount of times I've died walking off the edge of a building or into a fire because he keeps fucking going long after I've changed the direction, and I'm like, is it me? Am I the problem? And then I'm like,
a
look
different thing back in the day. You know, you play games different. Even like I know you
Oh.
see a lot of stuff where people like have remastered like a lot of the games have been done. So Spyro and Crash Bandicoot.
yeah.
They had to
Uncharted, Last of
completely
Us.
change. Well, these old games specifically though, like I know Mario and Spyro, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, they had to completely change all of like the boxes and actual spacings of things because
Yeah.
the way that games used to, you'd be able to do things you couldn't do in real physics because things didn't line up
That's
quite
exactly
right.
right. Yeah, I reckon there's definitely a massive difference between those kind of games getting remastered and these ones because holy
That are just
fuck.
re-released.
Yeah, no,
Or
literally.
ported straight over.
Well, I've got I don't know if this will mean much to you guys, but Tomb Raider 3 on the PS1. Holy fuck! I found like a copy with the booklet and everything still in there. I think it actually came in yesterday. I need to go pick it up. But I'm so keen for those triangle titties, bitch. Holy shit! The fact that this bitch, like,
Oh, that
It's-
was a bad time to take a sip.
it's
big sip.
insane how like far gaming's come on the little things because like you know you play one of these games and you're like, oh, I'm gonna turn around. Nah, this bitch just goes and just starts jumping backwards if you want to back away from something, and I'm like, what?
I've seen full video essays where people have jokingly compared the evolution of gaming graphics to Lara Croft's tits. It's the evolution of polys. Like,
I've seen those. I've seen those little charts.
Like on Baldur's Gate, man, when you're like, you know, you take your like click the like show underwear thing off, and then you like start spinning the character side to
Yeah.
side. It's just like the physics is physicking.
I can't say that I played with the
Within
dick
my
physics.
dick inlet.
You have to
It's a part of the experience.
get them mods. Get them mods.
I'm just surrounded by fucking perverts. This is crazy.
Anyway.
You're only just figuring that out.
I know.
We digress.
Oh, did anyone have anything else they wanted to gab about as part of this? Because everything I've got is just D&D related, and I don't want to bombard everyone with on a D&D show about it.
Oh, how dare you fucking talk about D&D on a D&D
It's a core part of my
podcast.
personality. Like I can't not, because all I've been doing is just development stuff. So like it's just nerd shit, capital N nerd shit.
Well, here's a warning for it. Cancel Disney Plus because it's going up by like $5 a month.
What?
There's another fucking thing for you.
$5 a month?
It's a terrible service to start with.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah, public service announcement, get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive service, has the worst stuff on offer, never remembers where you're up to.
Yeah,
Literally.
No, that's
Get on there and
Literally.
screen record the movies you do like, and then delete your fucking subscription.
Yeah.
Steal shit.
Get Streamio and sort that shit out. You can watch it all on there.
If I knew that you were going to say that, I would have worn my "You Wouldn't Steal a Car" shirt.
Look, sometimes greatness just comes from my fucking brain. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm just not prepared about how intelligent I'm going to be on that particular morning. And some days I get up and I know I've got 2 pebble stones on bits of string.
2 brain cells fight for 3rd place, brother.
Hell yeah, mate. The wheel spinner, but the hamster died weeks ago. Oh, lordy. Well,
I just had a mental image of like a dead hamster being wrong.
It's how it feels. It's how it feels. Don't let your hamster die. But you know, like, come on.
Hamsters die so easily.
Like the one I've
Yeah.
seen,
Oh.
those horror stories. There was one where the people were talking about weird ways their hamsters and shit have died, and the guy says, "I lost him for a week, and I heard a rustling. I looked into my kitchen. He crawled out from behind the fridge, farted, and died."
That's how I'm gonna go.
Behind the fridge. Oi!
Where's the fucking gabagool?
Gabagool.
I'll just empty the fridge and put you in there. That's your coffin.
Fucking Indiana
Don't have your
Jones.
hamster though. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, no.
Indiana Jones style. Because apparently fridges can protect you from nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Go figure. Okay, well, that was unhinged. So we can go. What we'll do is we'll go into
I have to just bring this up.
Yes,
you know,
go.
all that footage of towns being destroyed by nuclear bombs is fake, right?
Yeah.
Because the towns are being absolutely wiped out, but the camera's still there. People started to figure that out. And there's whole things with some of them where, like, it's a town and then it hits this point and, like, the car will disappear because it's a miniature that they've swapped out for. So it was all fake stuff to, like,
They did it
scare people.
to scare people, yeah. Because there's no device in the world that can withstand the heat blast.
Yeah. So the camera and the footage would all be white, especially back then. They didn't have, like, wireless transfer of footage to go across.
Who's stupid enough to believe that?
Yeah.
The general population for a very long time.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
Oh.
Yeah, those idiots.
Oh my god.
You just made me think about that and I'm like, oh, I have to say this.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Sky is like just questioning all of existence right now.
I'm going to send you, there's a New Rockstars, not New Rockstars, it's Corridor Crew did one where they broke it down and they're even noticing things like, yeah, we're like, there's an obvious pop moment where the house goes from being a house to being a miniature of the house that they've blasted to.
Oh, jump cuts,
Yeah,
yeah.
like a car just disappears before the
Yeah.
explosion takes over the thing.
Of course. Makes
They're not even
complete
well
sense.
done.
Oh,
Something
wow.
so simple and it makes so much sense when you hear it.
Yeah, I was the same because I was like, yes, of course the camera wouldn't have made it.
There you go. There you go.
Did I just
That
shut Sky up?
I think shut down is the correct term. I'm insulted.
just play the windows closing.
That's the sound that diabetics make when we expire and we've got an insulin pump.
I just imagine like when you were first talking about it, and I was sitting there, I could see the fucking equations going across my eyesight.
Yep.
Oh fucking.
And now you know.
Wow. Fucking holy dooly.
Now
Well,
that we talk about what this channel is about.
yeah, I think so. We'll let Sky brew on that one for a little bit longer, but we'll go to Queries from the Clergy title card, which is where
Queef from the clergy?
Queries.
Explosion, but it's
Oh,
the nuclear one with the miss.
Queries from the Clergy. I mean, to be fair, I can hear that.
We need to do like queries from the clergy, and then a red marker goes and writes like queef for the other half of like the QU.
Hey, if you send me that animated title card, I'll put it up.
There you go.
Put it ASAP.
So this is where people that are like on our Discord or on our YouTube and stuff, those who watched this one before, they can submit questions and we basically whack them into a list, and if we can get to them, we'll get to them and kind of have little discussions. And some of these, a lot of these actually, all of these came from Discord, and funny enough, Steve's one of them,
Yeah.
which is good. But we'll start with
But yeah, throw comments below.
yes,
Jump over to our Discord, it's in the links. If you have anything you want to hear us talk about, either here or on the above the table stuff, where it's more just one-on-one conversations and more in depth, shout us out. Let us see. We respond to everything.
We love to yap.
we can yap forever. We can yap forever.
Professional
If
yappers.
you couldn't tell.
Or 2 hours.
So the first one is from Sheree_Sarah in our Discord, who was like one of the first people that joined when you were like, hi.
Yeah.
Where do you, I think we might have covered this a little bit, but I think that was more character creation. But what it is here, I've got a tablet and everything. Where do you guys get your inspiration for your character backstories? So not so much build, but more so your story beats and all that sort of
The
stuff.
deepest, darkest recesses of my mind.
Yeah.
I can give a better answer, which is actually something I was discussing with Sky not too long ago. I find that a lot of my characters' backgrounds and whatnot, where I get my ideas from, is a series of strategically planned recycling. Because I've been making characters for years and years and years and years and years. So if I can take a character's pre-existing backstory and turn them into a fresher alternative, sure, I'll do that. Or I'll take a pre-existing character that I currently have and give them a son. How they come to be who they are entirely depends on how that person who I originally had as my first character would have raised their child based on their own traumas. And then I go from there. And that's how Voyage was made. He's just a good boy.
The slouch into the chair. I like that though. There's nothing wrong with like recycling characters, like and recycling tropes. Like I did that with my Battlemaster Herringon Kip because I was meant to play him for the Witchlight game that we never got to play, and I was like, no, he's too good of a character not to use. I just changed his little.
Especially if it's something you enjoy doing. If you had fun with it.
I love the idea. Well, with Herringon, you can choose if they're small or big. So nothing amuses me more than a fully plated little tiny rabbit with a shield that's bigger than him and a short sword that can hop around and like can't be hit by shit. It's amusing to me because rabbits are little fuckers. You know what I mean?
Another alternative, which I've found when it comes to making the backstory of a character, specifically involving Vasco.
You'll see him.
Yeah, you'll see him. If you haven't already, I don't know what order this will all come out in. Vasco, originally I wanted to play a Kenku when I first created him, but for the life of me, the person who was GMing for that game was going to refuse to allow me to speak outside of the way that Kenku communicate, which is the mimicry. And for the life of me, I didn't want to buy a soundboard. I didn't want to have to wire it. I didn't want to have to do all of that. I'm also shit at doing voices, as you're very much aware. So the next best thing I could do was, what if I just took all the things I like about a Kenku and applied them to a halfling? And then, what if he was a revived? Revived rogue? Whatever that subclass is.
That was the Unearthed Arcana, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was a Kenku, but now he can speak, because he's a halfling. Simple as that. There's my backstory. He was dead once, now he's
I don't
back.
know why a DM would ever get that rules lawyery.
Let's not go into
this is one of the topics
That's
we're going to be talking about tomorrow with the table.
Yeah.
There's only one way to play a game because, God, we all know there are people out there like that. But like, just let people have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not every DM is like that, and some of them are very strict with their rules. Like, it was my first time playing D&D under that person as well. I had no idea what I was doing. I rarely got any help at all. That's why Finnegan turned out the way he did. I was just like, I'll just make the base character I can for Finnegan and just make him a fuckboy. That's a bard. Because a bard's fun. And what's better than a bard fuckboy? But not with the dragons. That's Zeph's domain.
Yeah, you're saving that for something special.
Yeah. I'll save that
Stay
for
away
a
from
rogue.
dog.
No. Ew.
I like the moment that clicks like, oh.
The disgust in your eyes was gruesome.
You set yourself up for that one, Darl.
Going back to the question with character, I come up with my backstory before I build my character, and then I try and make a character sheet that fits the backstory. So that's usually the way I do it. I'm the opposite of Min-Maxer. My fucking sheets are terrible. He was actually quite useless. I just to make it work. Yeah, it's usually one little weird cool thing I'll hear, and then it sparks off an idea of a weird character, and then it evolves from there.
I just start on pure vibes. Like, that's how I create a lot of my characters. Is I don't usually have a general idea. Like, there's some I have on the back burner that I'm like, I want to create a character that has this sort of vibe. And then the vibe turns into the backstory. and then the backstory turns into the character appearance itself. For Zeph, for instance, I knew I wanted to play a changeling. I've never played a changeling before, and I wanted to fucking do it. So I grabbed that, and I was like, rogue. Baby. Zeph was born, and then I was just like, alright, so I've got the vibes, I've got the rogue and the changeling, and it's kind of like, you know, the city vibes. I grabbed the city vibes as well, and then I was just like, now Kith. And then and then the backstory obviously came with that too, because, you know, you've got to think of the actual race of your character, and so being a changeling, they don't actually have parents in a lot of the Fey lore for changelings. They're just kind of like born and placed into like the world unless you're playing in the Feywild.
Oh, we have some.
I'm working on it.
We have some lore
I'm working on it.
for changelings in our universe that I threw to Cody a while ago, and he's like, "That's fucked up. We can include that somehow."
So I'm open to it. I'll just let me say that. But that's a lot of the things that I really do. Like I go on Pinterest, or if I hear a song specifically, if I hear a song and I'm like, I really like that song, I'm going to create a character based off that song. If it's a little sad or whatever, that character's going to be a little sad or whatever. Or if it's like a really happy one, it's like, well, that character's really happy. For Finnegan, I'm bringing sexy back, was the song that I heard and made him out of. For Zeph, it was, what was it again? I forget what Zeph's was, but it reminded me of like a movie sort of scene where it's one of those typical things where it goes in slow-mo, but it's like this rogue that's like cutting people's throats and shit, and that was the vibe that I had for Zeph. So, and then her backstory just kind of like tumbles off that, so I just go strictly for vibes.
Go with the old adage, steal like an artist. Find something that you go, oh, that's cool, and then develop out from there.
Yeah, because you basically just, even when creating characters, you're never going to have a purely unique character. There's always been a character that has been made before, and so you just grab from things that you like and you mesh it all together, and most likely it's a character that's been made before, but it's yours uniquely because you just grab from different places. So
be happy to let them evolve.
Yeah,
like
that's the fun of the story.
3 or 4 episodes in, I was still messaging Cody like, do you mind if I change this or do this to my backstory? Like it hasn't come up in the game yet. You kind of start to learn your character as you go, and you can then go, oh well, if they're going to be like this, wonder what got them like that.
Yeah.
You can pre-plan as much as you want, but the second you start learning how everyone else plays their characters and all that sort of stuff, then you're like, oh no, they actually kind of give a shit about this sort of stuff or this sort of thing, and
a lot of Hugh's motivations changed once the party started to form and the relationship started to form, like, which was good because I think it became a more rounded character and more unique character because it had other people to play off.
He's so fair.
That's another thing too, is like with that as well, your backstory is usually just a blueprint, and then you start building it and finalizing it as the game goes. Like, I don't think with any of my characters, my backstory has been purely finalized until maybe about the end of the game.
Yeah.
You know, because your characters change so much, and if you're one that sticks to your character's personality, great. I can't do that. No fucking way I can do that. Because your character's going to go through trauma, and that trauma is going to determine how they react to specific things.
Yours, maybe.
Let's be honest, we all act different around different groups of people.
Yeah.
So however you think your character might act, once you're in the party, that's going to change.
Yeah, because it's like maybe your character is stone cold and doesn't care about people and whatnot, and then they go through a traumatic experience with their group and they grow to care about these people. They're going to start acting differently towards these people, even if they're stone cold. Steve Austin.
316, yeah.
I have to ask a massive favour. Can someone please turn the aircon up? I'm freezing my ass over here.
Put it up to 24.
It's always so fucking cold in here.
Good.
No.
I can top these for you if you want, so you're not directly under it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's alright.
sit
Let me
around.
fuck around.
Come sit in the throne for a little bit, my lord.
No, thank you.
Well, you still haven't answered yet.
Oh, mine's just very simple. I go to my nearest device that can access the interwebs. I go to the flight center page and I buy the first flight on a dinghy to go to the Amazon rainforest. There, once I land, I fight industrialized agriculture, where they are trying to farm the Amazon to make more beef farms with many, many cows. After a long day of fighting late-stage capitalism and overconsumption, mostly by the Americans, I transcend deep into the Amazonian rainforest, where I therein perch upon a rock. I go into a meditative state. I begin to ascend. My hair floats as I defy gravity. And then the sun and moon gods come down, touch my forehead, and enlighten me with the next shitty character that is like the other 37 I have played beforehand. And that is how I make every character.
That is going to be a slow zoom until it's like right in your face.
Just all of us get shoved out.
I'll send that to you.
No, honestly though, we're going to cut to just you, everyone else being fit, and that's just going to... And like, you like kind of like the ground, the background will go dark.
The
that's
other
gonna-
one lost Anbo sibling.
I think it's too long for a short, but what? That was,
We can do it
It's a
anyway.
medium.
No, that can just go on YouTube as its own thing. We're going to call it the rant of the ages. That was, I thought it was going to be like a nice, like, little
101.
quick one in, and it fucking became a whole, like, thesis. They're going
I
to
feel
talk
like
about that in
was
schools.
a backstory to a character.
They're going to talk about that in schools.
not.
That's Sky's backstory.
That is wild.
I really enjoyed that.
What a lovely George. That was fucking outrageous.
I'm not changing my answer.
I didn't think you would.
No, thank you.
That's what's that word where it's like
I want to see
conviction.
her of you in a dinghy flying.
I was gonna get a whole bunch of stills and do it like that low budget PDF thing where you can literally see the like boxes they spin it. Yeah.
Oh, when they move their mouths, like
Yeah.
wow, wow. Yeah, dude.
Saying all those smokes, I'm like, this is what we need for our animated shorts. Just really low quality.
My favourite one is the fact that people film it with their phones.
Yeah, that was the one I watched today. You
Oh.
can see the mouse moving around.
It's fucking disgusting. Oh, did anyone have any other thingies to add as far as character creation or anything like that? Or backstories, rather. All that sort of stuff.
Motivation. You can pick something that can motivate your character.
It's only going to be one. It's going to be one good
Yeah.
one.
You can have as many other little things and whatever, but one thing that gives you that idea of a motivation, I've said it before for Hugh, it was some random weird chick on the internet that used to lay out roadkill to look pretty. And I was like, that'd make a weird character quirk. And then everything else for him evolved out from there.
Hell yeah.
Ron and Becky, the meme of the two birds. Vasco.
Oh yeah.
The original starting point.
Becky Lynch marriage.
Becky Lynch.
Want some blue?
You want some blue?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. That's
Why do you
tempting.
think Vasco wanted to collect Liliana?
Yeah.
You have fucking dare you ever judge me. Oh god. Well, funny enough, Sarah actually did submit another question that I thought was really good, so I added it back to the list. So we'll do both of theirs together. When a player or DM dice are rolling bad, what do you use to dispel the bad juju? Do you have any rituals or habits that you use to prevent your dice betraying you?
I fucking need him across the room.
Look
Don't look at me, don't speak to me, don't call me, I don't know you, you're taking off the will, you're not going to get my inheritance, you're certainly not going to be my power of attorney. Fuck off.
That's
Go
two.
again.
That's 2 for 2. That's awesome.
No, banished until the next session.
I've got a little dice jail, but it's more because I think it's funny.
Oh yeah, I do like a good dice jail.
Like
how-
everyone,
look how
I think
simple it
everyone
is.
else at this table really believes in the dice juju.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
It's not
Yeah.
against your
Dice-
dice. Like, you can't touch them, but look.
Yeah,
Dude,
you
dice
can't touch
Christ,
them
man.
Because you'll fuck with the atoms.
See, I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, here you go. Like,
I'm for that though, because you guys all roll exceptionally well against me, especially in fights where I want to like fucking whomp you. So I was like, here, touch my shit, and hopefully I can roll a little bit better. And every time I've rolled good, it's been after I've given one of you fuckers my dice.
See, that's the thing. As
Just
well.
being in the same room as you is fucking bad luck! I rolled a natural 1!
Oh, hang on. Oh,
Fuck off.
the fucking spread is insane.
I can't believe that.
I can't believe you've done this.
That one was 18.
So what I
Hey.
was thinking was right.
I can see that there's a loading bar.
I watched this one stupid TikTok video once, and I swear by it as law.
Great start. It's
I feel like I've
doctrine.
become the centerpiece of our generation.
So at the start of every session, I'll go out of my way to make sure the highest value is on top, so that all the atoms of the dice can sink to the 1 and make the bottom of the dice the heaviest. Therefore, the 1 will always be weighted more than the 20, so the 20 is more likely to roll. Does it scientifically work?
Yes.
I haven't fucking tried.
Absolutely it does.
I'm going to do that right now.
But
Admittedly, I do lay my dice out,
it
so they're
makes
always
me
that way
feel
up.
better, and that's all that matters. Just don't touch them.
See, I do it just so at a quick sight, if it's like D8, it's like, oh, there's an 8 there, you know, that's the one to grab.
Yeah, that's
But my
true.
D20 says fuck you. So how am I supposed to know that's a D20? I'm
Fuck
dyslexic
you.
as shit.
You fuck.
Fuck you fucking fuck.
He said he was dyslexic.
I want that shirt, by the
New
way.
York City.
You took it from me in New York.
Stop using
City.
my idea, you two.
Yeah,
That I
every-
stole from the internet. Me.
I'm doing it right now.
But yes, no.
Anatomical weighting, I like it.
Or you can just put your dice in the oven and make them loaded.
Don't do that. That's how you ruin them.
I've actually used incense to cleanse my dice before.
Yes!
Thing! It's a thing!
These
Like-
two are witches.
Yeah.
They need to be.
I have used incense, incorporated crystals in my actual dice boxes and
Oh,
everything like
God.
that too. Because that's one thing, is if you put clear quartz with your dice, what's going to absorb the bad juju? The clear quartz. But you have to program it first, don't just put it in the fucking box.
Pull out your grids. Pull out your grids. Just put your crystals on there.
And use sage incense to cleanse them. Not any old incense, the sage one. And cleanse that shit.
Make sure it's a rip-off sage. though, not a
Especially
real
if
sage.
your brother touches them.
Stop
Don't make it-
handing them to me then.
That's actually
Stop stealing them.
actually that's
I
funny.
don't.
I remember seeing one of the Adventuring Academy ones, which is like the little episodes they do after Dimension 20 episodes, and Emily Axford consistently on several seasons has talked about how before big games where she's worried about the rolls, she puts her dice out in the moonlight with like different crystals to like charge the energy and stuff. If you're watching this, we're going to make this a short at some point. Get it to Emily Axford because we want her to respond.
Too. If you actually have crystals that are shaped into dice, fucking charge that shit. That's what they're there for.
So you're telling me if I slingshot them into orbit, I can take lightning and use it?
No.
Damn it!
No, you
I
basically
said
just have
that,
to
yes.
will them to do what you want
Yeah.
them to do, depending on what crystal it is.
Seb told me I can.
You're
See,
right.
for me,
I should probably take mine home.
in my
They're
brain,
overdue.
they're all
Yeah.
pretty click clacks. That's about as far as it goes.
ones are so pretty.
There are some really pretty click clacks. Like I got some cool ones a while ago. And I remember bringing them in and going like, "Oh yeah, guys, look at how good these are." And everyone's like, "Oh, we can't touch them though." I'm like,
Yeah.
"But feel that way."
Well-
And they're like, "No, we
No,
can't
that's
do
bad
that."
juju.
Here's something for you as well. It's something I
Holy
learned
moly.
through crystals and stuff like that too, is if you go to a crystal store, do not touch the crystal unless you intend on buying it. Because if you're having a bad day, you're going to put your bad energy into that. It's the same with any old object.
I've wrecked so many crystals.
Wow, I didn't even try to defend himself in the court of law. He's like, yeah, I killed that guy. Wow.
I go to crystal shops because crystals are pretty.
Yeah.
They're cool. So I'm there like, ooh.
They are for
Ooh.
everybody.
Yeah.
They are for everybody.
But
They're
that's
not just-
See,
something
I'm almost
that I
annoyed at
learned.
how much it's become a popular thing because I grew up like I wanted to be a geologist when I was a little kid. I loved collecting little crystals
Fucking
from
nerd.
the market. Oh,
Yeah.
we're at this table. Like, I loved buying little crystals and stuff at the market, and they used to be pretty cheap. Now they're a fucking fortune because apparently
Yeah.
they cure cancer. Like, I was literally in a crystal shop like a year or two ago, and the lady at the front's trying to convince the other person that she should buy this one because it'll cure her cancer and she shouldn't go to the doctor.
Oh!
Fucking hell.
Oh!
You
someone
should
in
have
the medical
left
field
immediately and never gone back
helps.
to that specific one.
Well, they had pretty cheap things, so
Could you imagine though, like how
like, I know
like,
most people don't believe it to that extreme, but that one I was just like, excuse me.
that is
Well, that's unreal.
That is truly outlandish behavior.
Oh my god, we've got this we've got this on the internet, so like in 30 years time when like, you know, some futuristic news article releases like crystals cure cancer, and people are gonna be like, look at these fucking idiots 30 years ago.
At least we'll be famous.
I made it, Mum.
Mum's dead by then.
No, my mum will live forever
If you
out of
bought
spite.
crystals, she would have been alive.
She'll live forever.
My mum, Mandy, will live forever out of spite. Because she's just an aggressive woman.
God, we go on some tangents.
Oh, man. That's hard. Well, that's why we used to call it Tangent Time when we used to do the original podcast.
Yeah, we did.
We recycled that name. There you go. Oh, I love that. Did anyone else have any? See, for me, I just you would know it's recorded. I just call them a multitude of names and scream at them until one of the fuckers rolls well. And then they don't roll well, and then I get fucked by this one getting a fucking nat 20, this one getting a fucking nat 20, this one's like, does a 27 hit? Like, get...
Oh,
Oh, but then
another
when you
thing
do roll
to
a nat 20, I just
call
cancel.
for advice.
I know, it's bullshit!
All the dice that I've ever gotten from you have rolled well.
I know, what the fuck is up with that? What, why?
Steal your DM's dice and replace them with shit ones.
Well, the thing is, I'm giving them to you because I was like, oh, Monica like that, or Seb would like this one, you know, such and such, all these dice that I've got. And like, they never roll well for me, and the second you guys get them, they're like, get fucked. Wow.
You saved my life from this man. I will repay you with all the natural 20s.
Maybe
you
it's
wish
because
for.
you insult them so much.
Yeah.
I only started insulting them after episode 10. Like, I can pinpoint the exact moment.
You can see, though, it started from episode 1, the glare he would give his dice. It's not the insults, it's the...
Yeah,
Really? Did I do
I
that?
don't know. Sure.
Yes.
We're
Oh.
inventing more.
This one reads something all the time. He's like, why are you so cross? I'm like, I'm not. He goes, I'm thinking. That's my fucking... I can't help that I was built this way.
Well, your dice don't know that, though.
Yeah, smile at him for once, but not like a serial killer.
Yeah, it was a bit terrifying.
I'm not fucking depressed. I'm just angry. Okay, cool. What we'll do is... Oh, we've got some good ones here. Okay. We've got... I'll leave that one till... You know what? I feel kind of weird reading out a question for me, like in my thing. So someone read that one. This one's from
Say it
Steve.
to the dyslexic person.
Thanks for the question, Steve. He's out there somewhere.
From
He won't be
Stiffy
able to hear
in the...
Sci-fi.
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 The Sci-fi channel.
In the main campaign that the Tomes and Tales crew are currently running, what is the process as the GM to create bigger and badder bads that ultimately scale with the character's level progression? Second part of this question will...
It's funny.
Second part of this question, will we see a significant power increase of main characters in this world, or do you find it more engaging story-wise to keep the main characters at their current level for a more immersive continuation of the story? He's just withholding all the level ups. He's withholding them
he's
all.
just fucking
He won't give us back anymore. He won't give us levels. Like and subscribe so he gives us levels.
That's funny,
Okay.
because I've actually got that as a topic for us to talk about on above the table at some point. Like, where do you kind of hold out? Do you want, like, town level, city level heroes, or basically gods? You know?
So the way
Milestone levels.
The way I like to run my encounters and all that sort of stuff is I like to build them. A lot of it stems environmentally, and then depending on where we are in the story, where the characters are leveled, is depending on how I'll change it. There are some encounters on later dates that I would like to run where it is a cakewalk for your guys, like your characters, because you're fucking strong as shit. Like, and everyone here is just built busted characters, so it's like hard to fucking max it out. So fun fact, Sky knows, we were talking about it recently. I fucking despise the CR calculator in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It makes no sense to me. So I went online and found someone else who did the work for me. So I just have a nice little thing. It's called, it was French because they spell it in the French way. It's called Don John 5e calculator, CR calculator or something like that. Encounter calculator. And what I do is I put in, it says how many players, what level, how hard do you want the encounter? And I'll use that to help me rate. And then I'll go through, I'll go through all my books. I'll go through D&D Beyond and I'll find that. But sometimes it doesn't work because monsters that are the adequate CR for like a challenging combat and stuff like that just don't fit the environment. or they don't fit the theme. So then I'll have to readjust. It's like, oh, I'll go and use bandits, except this time I'll throw 10 bandits at you instead of 5, or I'll throw a fucking pack of owlbears at you or something, you know what I mean? Like the Burrower, the thing that you guys fought in the Undercity, was from Grim Hollow, and that was like CR 8 or 9. It's meant to be like really hard to fight, but you guys just waffle stomped it because it was fucking.
CR also will change so much depending on the party makeup.
Yeah.
You know, like if you had a heap of magic users, something might be a low CR, but if it's got like anti-magic stuff or something like that, it's going to be a completely different challenge.
Yeah, exactly. So constantly building up is, or building the intensity is, it's tricky, but it's just a lot of. You good? Oh god, I was just hoping you didn't like chin check yourself on the table.
Nah.
That would have been a great short.
Never.
It's all about the virality.
Oh god. So yeah, with it's just a lot of. It sounds silly, but it's just a lot of meticulous planning for you guys specifically, because we're very rule of cool here, and sometimes you guys will think of busted fucking things like Hugel riding dog into battle. Now that's a thing, so now I've got to compensate for the fact that Hugel has a fucking 60-foot walk speed.
Thank God. 'Cause
Not
we've
dog,
only got a 25
Hugel.
normal.
Yeah, Hugel's got the walk speed now.
I think we might have to go and actually discuss the mechanics of how we can use that properly. Figure that out.
Go to a Quest Island shop and fucking get a saddle.
Yeah.
Then it's all good. But it's and when it comes to scaling, I level based on what the fuck's the word?
Milestone.
Milestone. Thank you. Milestones or like checkpoints. You know what I mean? Like, I always knew you guys were going to level up when you got to the city. 5 episodes. That just makes perfect sense to me. I knew there was going to be a level up after the Burrower fight. I was like kind of saving the next level up for when you guys beat that milestone. So if it took you another 10, 15 episodes to get to it, you wouldn't have leveled up until then. But now, as we're in the tail end of you guys having to dip and go back out into the wilderness for a little bit to let the heat die off, there's going to be a multitude of events for you guys to level up depending on, it depends on how quickly you do it. It depends on how angry, like how intense you guys go in. Like if you're real careful and you meticulously plan a lot, or you go in guns blazing. If you go in guns blazing and just happen to make it out the other side, I'd probably be more inclined to give it to you. You know what I mean? Because you kind of just went in and said, oh well, fuck it, we ball. Fucking get around it, get amongst it. But yeah, that's how I do it.
Do you have a plan of where you think, for big events that you've got planned down the line, you'd want our levels to be?
Yes.
Yeah, so
I've got
where we're at, where we're going to be, and how we'll step
So
up to
I already know in here what the campaign end is going to be. I've been sitting on that since we started. I already know what it is, so now I'm just making the very convoluted path to get you guys there. I think a healthy level to stop would be like level 17, like because there's only so much I can give you to get to the end.
20.
What was that?
20.
We'll find the side quests. We'll do it.
How about no? No, I mean,
can't hear what they're whispering. It's 20, sir.
I've got you're going to see me just go and fall asleep. I've got ASMR going in my ears right now. It's so relaxing. Well, look, if we progress further and further to the end and it makes more sense for you guys to go to 20, I'll just put it to 20. But I feel like once you hit like level 15 is where it becomes like impossible to scale shit to the impossible level as a DM, because you guys can do so much. So I don't know how it'll go, but like if it goes that way, it goes that way. But I in my head have it that like level 17 is probably where the campaign would end. Maybe, but we'll fucking see what happens. It could even be like level 15 or something if you guys get like heaps of magic shit. Like it's something that we constantly as GMs and DMs have to be like aware of. Especially when you as a player get it in your head, you're just like, no, I want to go find a magic item specifically that does this. And if you're hell-bent on that thing, then I was like, well, I have to cater because that's your fantasy. It's what you want. So
My fantasy is 20 levels.
I fucking swear to God. So I'm whispering in my goddamn ears. I'll fall asleep. Wonderful. Thanks, Stiffy. I like that question.
Thanks, Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
Nah, Stiffy.
Stiffy!
Sci-fi.
Steve-O. Oh, this one comes from Georgia. Georgia put this in before she put this in before she came and played with us.
Slay Queen.
Yes. This one's actually like a direct campaign question, and specifically for you. So the mess that Zero left in Hunted is mentioned a couple of times by NPCs, seeing Mr. K, then Zero and Goss, as well as the bell tower, Goss falling down the stairs, etc. What was the cause behind the carnage, and how deeply did that impact the storyline and the atmosphere, for want of a better word, in Hunted when the party arrived?
Oh, is this the... Sorry, I was too busy being silly trying to hide from Seb's penance Ghost Rider stare. So is this about like what happened before we then reconvened and came back to the city?
Yeah, because there's been a couple... So Georgia's like the lore nerd. She takes notes on everything.
She's onto it. Like, she's messaged me on the side about stuff from one shot. It's like, was this like random thing that refers to this? I'm like, no one at the table even fucking got that. She knows more about Mozzie's backstory than you do now.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's fucking she's the lore junkie. It's fucking sick. But yeah, she messaged. I remember she messaged me directly. She goes, "Is that too forward of a question?" And I was like, "Find out." So yes, asking directly about, because in game there's been allusions to it.
The bell tower incident. The mess that you left, Goss getting drilled, like literally. That was a joke in one of the episodes as well. Yeah, no.
But like, I leave that up to you if you want to discuss or if you want to leave it for in the game. But there is
that was
precedent.
Session 0, wasn't it?
The second one, yeah.
I honestly don't know if it probably ever will come up in game. We've probably sort of moved past that being a topic that I could see coming up naturally.
We don't dwell on the past here. You know what I mean?
But it definitely, I think it definitely did cause things to be a bit more spicy for everyone coming into it, because it was a direct upset, essentially what had happened to something that until that point in time otherwise had been sort of flowing naturally throughout the city, which was, A-heads, astral heads, and the city, conscripting that old mining equipment to basically be, their cops essentially. And it was already a known thing, well, for people that had come from the city, that you kind of just like stayed out of their way, and you didn't mess with them. And I can't remember what actually got Zero to get up and go towards how she ended up getting into that real big mess with the A-heads.
It was Gosrick. I think Gosrick was going to do a shakedown with you to try and pick out some people, and you guys, instead of going in the behind the curtain, the original was you were meant to go into like a ghetto apartment building that had been just disassembled, and like people were in there and you were gonna ransack some shit, but you guys instead ended up going to the bell tower, which I had planned for. And when you got to the bell tower, it was you guys scaled the top, Goss almost ate shit, you almost ate shit, and you guys finally got to the top, and Zero had like a moment because there was like a young girl that reminded her of her daughter. That was like, she was on the precipice of like becoming a full-blown addict, like you could see it on her face. And then that junkie tried to like jump you through the thing, but your gun told you, and you ended up just blowing this fucking dude's head off. And then it didn't incited a riot.
Yeah, that's right. And then all the fucking A-heads came flooding in, and then the fucking... what are they called again?
The Iron Lawbearers.
That's right, the Iron Lawbearers came in, and I think that really put not just Zero, but kind of almost a sunken sect on the radar for that particular issue. And so after, a bunch of other stuff happened, almost history repeating itself, it was kind of like, oh, I gotta get out and lay low. But unfortunately, it become a bit more expanded from being an isolated incident of Zero now. She'd taken the sunken set foot and put it in the poo on their behalf. So,
I couldn't keep it together. I was like... No, but that's very true. So if the session 0 had gone differently, your re-entry, everyone's re-entry into the city actually would have been a lot less stressful. Like specifically, I don't know if you remembered it, but when you and Gosrick had your little encounter in your session 0, he actually wasn't operating at like full capacity.
He had a fucked shoulder
because his shoulder was all fucked up because he couldn't
It
go to
literally got drilled.
Yeah, he literally got drilled by one of those Iron Law bearers, and he couldn't move his shoulder properly, but he couldn't go to a healer because they would rat him out like to the the feds basically. So that was that whole thing, and if that hadn't had happened, your session 0 would have been different, and when you guys got back to the city, it actually wouldn't have been. I don't think, especially in the way that you played, going back and like keeping a low profile and stuff. I feel like if that hadn't have happened, the encounters would have been a little bit different. Like the interactions with people in the city would have been a lot different. It absolutely changed how I intended to run it beyond that, because the session 0s weren't all like just play tests for your builds. They were story building devices.
They were the foundation of our campaign.
Yes,
really.
literally.
And like how we would basically, it was our stepping stone for figuring out how we wanted to play our characters as well.
Exactly.
Off camera. So then when we did come on camera, we kind of already had
How we're
an
going to
idea.
integrate into the world.
Yeah.
It is such a defining part of it though, because like I know my backstory, and I think it's pretty much the same with Voyages, are so out there. Like they don't really make a difference to how we're going to approach things, maybe at certain points, but like this was our big forming moment that was so driven by those choices and stuff.
Like imagine it like this. Imagine if you had played characters that weren't part of the sect. The sect then just would have been another enemy combatant on this level of the city, and then you've got the government, and then if like I made the entire Sunken Sect purely because of your backstory. When you said I wanted to be a bounty hunter, I was like, well, is she like a criminal or is she a legit bounty hunter? And you're like, I was like, excellent. So I've just made the equivalent of the high fantasy mafia in my game. And then you were like the same thing. You were like, I think I want to play like a proper thief and shit. And I was like, boy, yeah, boy. So it was, but if you guys didn't pick them, it would have fucking been so different.
It would have been.
And then you've got Hugo, who is in the same country, but he comes. It's kind of like Amish. He comes from a group of people that do not fucking interact with the outside world, except to go to another village, ages away to trade shit, and then come back.
It's like their proxy village to trade with. They don't interact with the rest of the world.
And as far as this other village is concerned, sometimes the trees just shit out halflings and rabbits, and then they come and take stuff and they go away. Like that's it.
I'm keen for us to reach the Potswood and really
get into it. I'm keen to expand it. And then like for Voyage isn't even from here. He's from another fucking country. So it's like they're like, why are you here?
I
You've got
turned
adopted here, I
21
don't know.
and I decided I was going to take a
Yeah, I was
gap year and
just saying,
travel.
yeah.
In high heels?
Yeah.
In high heels, Voyage?
Yeah, and I accidentally found a dog. Now I can't leave.
I'm definitely going back to studying after my gap year. It's just 1 year only.
Campaign expands for 5.5 fucking years. Like, oh!
How long has the campaign actually?
By this point, you guys have the campaign in 2 weeks.
Well, no, it took like 2 weeks to get to.
It took 1 week. 1 week to get to the city, and you spent a week in the city. It's been 2 weeks.
Like it's been months.
No,
What, the whole
it's
campaign?
it's been about 3 because we skipped a little bit for the gala as
Oh,
well.
you skipped 2 days.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still been about 3 because I think
Maybe?
yeah, because we did another little skip as well of another.
No, I'm thinking
like,
it's been more.
day.
I thought it'd been like at least a month.
Yeah.
No, it's not been a month. It's probably getting close to being a month, but it hasn't been a month yet.
It's probably been like a month since my session 0 because it took Hugh a while
About that,
to get
yeah.
down.
It's one of those things where it's like, because every session, for some reason, you guys just roped it in really uniquely. Every session just ended at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like it was like very Minecraft. Like you guys just go to the end, the song's like, "Bwah," and then you go to bed like. Yeah, it's great. But no, realistically, it's probably been just at 3 weeks, maybe just a little bit under that. Yeah, not that long at all. But now that we're going back to traveling,
Time will probably.
it's gonna fucking get long. Like to get like if you're like looking at the Potswood going north, like towards the Deadlands and stuff, that's like 4.5 weeks of like travel on foot without
Damn.
horses.
Finally,
We
some
were
good
fucking
food.
quick to fuck shit up.
It's
You're
like,
like,
what's
the
that?
math
We're
is
gonna tear
happening,
apart the
man. I'm
entire
so well with
ecological
you.
fucking stability of this nation.
We-
Hell yeah.
Within a
Let's
week,
just trash the city.
say less.
Yeah, they're leaving, and it's just Zero leaving a gunpowder trail from the house on top of spaghetti. Really far off in the distance.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. No, that's yeah. There you go. There you go, Georgia. There's your answer. There is your answer.
And
And
several other answers that you
Yeah.
didn't ask for.
and several other ones. Yeah, you didn't ask for. And the last one was Captain Boomhouse Assassin. What's up? Would you ever release a core book or a campaign book? Yes.
It's
further
already
statement.
in the works.
There's a bit of talk about it in the Above the Table. Me and Cody did.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about some of the stuff we plan on doing as we go. But there is definitely early plans in the works for different types of supplements based on our world, magic items, different abilities, characters, classes, races. And we would love to eventually get to the point of being able to put together a full like campaign guide or just world guide for Miros.
Bit of razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz. But it's crazy. I've seen like I'd love to do it. I'd love to just release one and be like, that was like my thing that I got to do in my lifetime. But I've seen so many people, like, man, ever since the OGL went public, like common, like whatever the term is for, I can't remember. But like the SRD 5.1, OGL 1.0 is now like irrevocably in place. So many more people have been doing supplements for 5e on Kickstarter, and they're fucking fulfilling at like 1400%.
Oh yeah.
Because people, it sounds bad. Like, I like some of the stuff that Wizards release, but a lot of people just aren't vibing with the new books. So people are releasing their
They
own
haven't
shit.
had anything that really interested me since Witchlight.
Yeah,
It's
like
been a hot minute for me too.
the last 2 campaign settings that I bought was, I think, like in actual WotC publications, was the, oh my god, what's it called? Dragonlance. But my brother bought me that for my birthday, and I got the Planescape books like a couple of weeks ago. Because multiverse jumping, I thought that was kind of cool. It comes with like a monster book and adventures and classes and stuff. I was like, why not? I'd like to get the Deck of Many Things stuff to get some of the cool feats for you guys. But that's about it. Everything else I buy is third party. Like, I've got the Taldore book. I've got the Grim Hollow books. I've backed the Tales of the Crooked Moon, the Legends of Adventurous one, with like the fucking, you can play as like awakened scarecrows and shit. Like, I like all that really weird like abstract stuff. And so like I've been backing heaps of it, and I realize that people are still into it. You've just got to get like a good hook out there to show people like what your setting's about. And
Sentient Scarecrow. Oh my god, guys.
Huh?
We play Wizard of Oz. We'll have a Warforged, we'll have a Sentient Scarecrow, we'll have a Tabaxi, and we'll have a human.
Lion or whatever they're called.
Leonin.
Yeah, Leon, yeah, they got a legit thing for that.
Yeah.
Fucking, man. We could do this.
And then Winged Monkeys.
And then another dog.
Yeah! Exactly.
It has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Because it's the size of a football.
Well then, better stay out of trouble.
Oh, God, it's crazy. Yeah, get out of the way. Give the help action, dies. The
No, you just put another creature in a dog outfit.
A crab.
A halfling on all fours.
Exactly.
with a gimp thing.
No, don't make that joke. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to enter that part of that fandom. Please stay away.
Moving right along.
Thank you.
Oh
was
my
the original question?
I can't even remember anymore. I don't know what I'm doing.
Supplements.
It's about books.
Supplements, yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. We would love to eventually get something like that between multiple of us DMing and writing stories, and then some incredible artists at this table. We do have hopes and plans.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah.
The primary focus right now that I've set for myself is to get the skirmisher done, get the Eldritch Sorcerer, the Eldritch Contaminant Sorcerer out and published, and then re-release it when we do the book. Because subclasses just seem to be the flavor of the month for me. I'm having a lot of fun, like just manhandling Wizards IP and then fucking making it into this weird Frankenstein that I've got. like working on the cleric that's like a tinkerer cleric that we were talking about. That was kind of cool. The wizard, the innovation wizard, where it's like they're like super nerds. That'll be fun. And then the skirmish has been one that's been, we're working on that too, doing more subclass stuff for that. So that's gonna be sick.
Realistically, you'll probably, if you're following us, start to get slowly drip fed elements that would eventually become a full
playable
thing. But we'll start with smaller things, so magic items, classes, races, little elements that we can release in smaller bits that can be beta tested by anyone and feedback and
test packets.
Yeah,
I think is the term. Play packets or play test packets,
Yeah.
whatever they're called. Yeah, so there's going to be heaps of that, which will be really, 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 really cool.
there is a lot of talk going on with that lately, especially because, as we mentioned in our at the table, we do eventually want to start a Patreon, but we want it to have something that provides value back to you guys. So if you did want to support us, you will be getting access to all of our releases of those sorts of things and stuff that you can play in your own games.
And it'll be one price. One price, you get everything. I hate tiered shit. No, I don't want it.
If you want to give us more, great, but you get everything.
The
so.
second tier involves foot pics of everyone at the table.
No.
Second tier.
$1,000, you wouldn't.
10,000.
I thought $10. So,
I'll do it for $10.
Alright, tier 2 is $10,000.
The dogs are ugly, but the dogs no less.
I thought you were about to pull your foot up when I saw the knee come up. I was like, whoa, hey,
No.
don't.
No, I know what that side of the internet is also like. I've spent too much time on fucking Reddit.
That's right, it's Bailey that buys the foot pics.
That's what I thought you were getting at.
No.
You're like, I'm a
They're
purchaser, not a
Fucking
customer.
disgusting.
Bailey loves toes.
10 grand and we'll get Bailey in the high heels. Everybody breathe.
She's still driving.
So we went from releasing
No.
campaign to foot pics.
Just timing the sound of a car.
For $1,000. $1,000
$1,000
per
no.
drawing. Very point. I'll do it.
You can do that for
No.
And
I would.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon dick.
Sorry, that was
Oh wow.
All
Okay.
caffeine, no talent. That's side of the table, okay?
My bar is down the sewers. It's below the gutter. Find me there.
The thing is, I don't realize how wide you can get your eyes open. It's fucking like intimidating. Like, because I've seen you get mad and like shoot holes through people's fucking foreheads. It's just intimidating.
Last time I saw that much weight in one go, I was at a family reunion. Oh my god.
Okay. Well, that's all our questions that we've had submitted. Thank you everyone for submitting. You can submit them in our comments or on our Discord and all that sort of lovely jazz. Actually, you know what? You can fucking submit them anywhere because I check everything. I check the Instagram, I check YouTube, I check fucking TikTok, I do all of it. And I just start stealing shit. So I'll just take it. Like, what's that? You asked a vague question in the TikTok. Mine now. Sorry about it. But that, realistically, is going to bring us to the end because it's the first one we've done in a while. So it's a bit...
Is there anything on your list?
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, so if anyone has anything they wanted to add on to the end, we're just kind of a bit more of a free form.
Another trailer I've seen. The new Jurassic Park game also looks
Oh my
great.
god.
Full circle.
Fucking bonk.
Well, I guess I'll throw it out there. Where we're at in game. Anyone have any thoughts on that?
We're on
Yeah. So this is just coming off the ball.
The ballroom.
Mate, I asked Sam before we go in. I slaved for a week trying to think of a name for the episode, and we ended up calling it Panic at the Ballroom instead of Panic at the Disco.
Yeah,
And then literally after Seb goes, it's exported, it's uploading, I was like, Ballroom Blitz.
that one is a good one.
Fuck! Oh, god damn it. And you want to know what triggered it? One of Marty, if you ever watch this, mate, you're a fucking legend. But one of the fellas at work, Marty, listens to all the old rock and roll stations on his little speaker. He drives past on the forklift, so you just hear it fade in and fade out. Like the clouds parted, mate, and God reached down and said, "Oh, you fucking nerd, listen to this." And he just went, "Ballroom Blitz." As a fucking forklift drove past, and I just went,
We've got a good handful of
"Fuck!"
Murder on the dance floor.
music. Well, that was actually another.
Who added that to the playlist? That was... I actually audibly stopped what I was doing at work and laughed, and everyone thought I was fucking mental. And they're like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "You know what? I can't even explain it. You won't get it."
It's too many tears.
Yeah.
You're so welcome for that.
Holy cunting hell. I fucking lost it. It's Murder on the Dance Floor.
But yes, how's Zero after that?
In a way, she's in a state. I won't go too much into it though, I think, because it's very... There's a lot happening in her head, though. There's a lot. I think she saw Tess as a mountain that she needed to get over to see the other side. And then, like, when it got to it, it's kind of like being so scared of something and then you actually confront it and it's not a problem at all. Like a couple of rounds and she was down. Like she was gone skis. And so like after that she was like, oh. Maybe big bad, not that big.
Maybe the mountain was the one that I put in my head.
Maybe Tess just normal person.
Zero stopped using half the words. So I was like, "Ooh."
Why say many words when few words do trick?
Like, really, you really got that one.
Oh, you know what the funny thing is? The last time Sky ever said that to me in actual context, I fucking lost it again. And just, I use many words when few words do trick. He's so fucking good to me. oh, please, continue.
I do have a follow-up question to play off of Seb's, but I can't tell if this is purely my own lack of memory because it's been a while since we've played, or if this is something we need to genuinely be concerned about. Is your son's body still in his room?
No, he got taken to the church.
Got taken.
Right.
Remember
Yeah.
old Henry? Yeah,
Right,
old Henry.
okay.
Sorry, you were busy banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah, you were busy fucking.
Yeah. Again, can't remember shit. Other than the fact I was being violently paged by a rock.
Oh, I thought we were going to a totally different P word then.
So did I.
Oh.
Pegged!
Voyage is a soft top.
I would have thought power bottom.
Yeah, that's right. No, Voyage is a soft top. Sal is the power bottom.
Yes.
Now you know.
Now I do know. Crazy. Fucking hell.
You don't have to put that question below, guys. Just,
Yeah.
If you never wanted to know, it's been answered anyway.
yeah.
Now you got to think about it forever.
Wow, what would Gosrick be?
Don't.
Oh, mate.
Haven't you written out this fan fiction already? Like,
No, I've written out some fan fiction in my brain for Liliana and Finnegan.
Oi.
that's steamy stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, not to like step on each other.
I think Goss
also
is a switch.
I was gonna say I thought Goss would be a soft top. Like he's all like, you know, like out in the street,
Testosterone.
and then he gets in the room and he's like,
Shouldn't the switch be the changeling?
Yeah.
the question
No,
is,
that's called dressing up. It's different. I mean, what?
No,
no,
Amon's
can't
got a
switch
very
it.
valid point. However, that could cause turbulence for their relationship in the future if the switch energy needs to be fulfilled and Goss doesn't want to comply. But
I mean, I'll take soft top. I can
There's
see
a
it.
burger at my nan's door.
What?
Here we go.
Is there a meme I need
The
to cut
washing
to?
machine. The washing machine started.
What is this reminding me of? When someone just... There's a bit of media in my head where it's Woody! It's the Woody laugh! The fucking Tom Hanks Woody! Yeah! Yes!
Oh, God. Oh, it's better than next to Anyway, power bottom. Soft top, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe convertible.
Switches are now convertibles.
No, the soft top's
Soft top.
convertible.
Yeah, everybody, man, this has been a Chalk Top Brothers. You gotta gay as hell.
What did I say? The Discord gay panic. I love that. But yeah, I'll cop that. Gostrik's a soft top for sure.
Anyway, to answer your
fucking question, I feel like Zeph would be worried as shit about Zero.
Oh yeah, like where we were. That's right. Sorry, we've gone through like 6 tangents.
But yes, originally saw it as mountain, and instead it was more like
a pebble.
it was more like a curtain. Like once she was gone and she was out of the way, it was kind of like she wasn't. I will just say she wasn't expecting to see what she did on the other side, like within herself. Once Tess went down, and she like really thought about it, like later on that night. It's because obviously now there was a lot hanging on Tess for Zero emotionally in terms of like her son's death, and now that Tess is removed from the picture, there's a lot of perspective change that's happening for her right now, and it's definitely not gone the direction I thought it would. And I think depending on what everybody else's kind of relationship with their mothers or like, you know, their parental sort of figures, if it ever gets brought up, I wonder if this will perhaps change the opinion that some people in the party will have of her, because it's definitely not where I thought she was going to go. And then when I sat down and thought about it, I was like, nah, that would be how it would be. So
Looking from the outside, it's kind of like when you see like a sports person or something. It's like this big thing, and that's their goal. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the book or read the book, The Infinite Game.
No.
So there's the idea of there's 2 ways you can approach things in life. There's the infinite game, which is the thing that just keeps going. It's all about the process. Or the finite game, where you've got this is the goal that needs to be done. And usually when someone finishes a finite game, so killing Tess, they're a bit like, what
now?
All the other stuff doesn't matter anymore. The drive can disappear. It's like, what?
Yes.
Because it's like this has been the central focus and the finite goal
That's so clever.
of her, whereas it's not the infinite. Like Hugel are designed to have an infinite game of it's about his god and honouring his god and learning and whatever. So there's not a particular goal in mind. But when you have one goal in mind and that goal is complete, now what?
I think that's a really... Actually, those are actually the perfect words, I guess, to use in terms of, like, not giving away the specific thought process, but I think at the moment, for Zero, it's she thought she was in a finite game, and then the curtain got moved, and it's
That's the idea, you know, the world it's an infinite. It doesn't just end when
Yeah.
you get that one thing you thought you wanted, and a lot of people don't know what to do then or how to handle that.
Yeah, I think it maybe might not be she doesn't know what to do with what's on the other side. There was already something all on the other side there waiting for her, but she thought that finite game was exactly that finite.
Yeah, I win now, it's all good, but it's like, oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, so it's definitely a new battlefield for her mentally now. There's been a lot of puzzle pieces moved up in there, so it's a different ball game for her now.
She's no longer playing checkers.
She's
40 chess.
We're shooting dice in the alleyways now. That's how we're playing this game.
She's playing
Rummy Cub.
Tome picture simulator.
Zero, the White Deceiver.
One receiver.
The White Deceiver.
Yeah, that one.
I mean, hey, look, all I'm saying is Zero's got some pent up emotion that she needs to fucking figure out, and there's always that fucking orc at the steel mill.
I'm starting to reverse harem sooner or later. I'm gonna have so many fucking husbands.
That exact phrase got said in our TikTok group too. This woman is fucking unhinged.
I can just imagine her like a couple of 100 years later, just like sitting on a little like garden lounge with a cold lemonade and a big sun hat. All of my husbands have shot themselves in the face. It's such a shame. I can't see any common denominator at all about why that would be so.
It's interesting that her accent changed.
She's in a different country now.
She had to change her identity and everything. It's crazy. Now she's a Z-all.
Why do I think she'd be doing exactly that, but the one who's just fed up sitting on like a rickety old rocking chair beside her is the Wanderer, and he's just mad that he's still there.
I'm never taking that ring off, baby. You stuck for life.
But it's like he's an archfey. I don't really think he can die, so he'd still be perfectly fine. And it's like the door opens up and he has to like clink out of the fucking door with like a little teacup on it.
Like, yep.
More tea and biscuits, dear.
Darling, I'm sorry to tell you. I've made a deal with the devil. I am now immortal. You are stuck with me forever.
Yippee.
He pulls out a gun.
No, I reckon, look, if the Wanderer was ever going to go on the sewer slide, he just put his fingers up through his fucking chin. He could do that. I reckon he could. I reckon he could puncture his eye. I reckon he'd give himself a frontal lobotomy.
Absolutely.
What about Voyage? Does Voyage have any great thoughts after the ballroom blitz?
Can we go back to the city? I don't want to fight an undead dragon yet. I'm not ready for this shit. That's just about it.
I can't wait. I cannot fucking wait.
I'm keen as.
I imagine Georgia will pick up on the underlying context as to why he wants to go back to the city.
He wants to bang his boyfriend!
He won't let Chow. I'm never letting that go.
Oh, whoa, my fucking days. Oh, psychopaths. For me, what I'm curious to see is I'm very in vein of what you said, right? The idea of getting over the hurdle, you know. I don't remember where I heard this phrase. I think it might have been when I was learning how to box when I was a bit younger. And someone said, no, I didn't. It was something, my brother quoted it and he told me where he got it from, I remember. In Green Street Hooligans, the Elijah Woods film with Charlie Hunnam when he was much younger before he had the weird accent because of Sons of Anarchy. He's an American ex-journalist student that goes to England to visit his sister, and he ends up joining this football firm, and that's where they like go and punch on with other English football teams. And he says a phrase later in the film when he's like tough and shit, and he goes, "When you realize that you're not made of glass, life becomes a lot easier." And that was a thing that I've kind of, believe it or not, I attributed that quote a lot to this whole thing leading up to that, because I had like 3 ways that you guys would eventually cross paths with Tess again, and when I knew that the gala was coming, I was like, you know what, that just makes sense. We'll just do it that way. Is when you put... The problem is when someone is so angry at somebody else, no matter how hard you try to remain unbiased, you paint them up to be worse than they really are, especially when you hate them. So when Zero, and if you go back and watch it or really listen to it, every time Zero describes Tess ever, she paints her out like she's a bitch, right? Which she is, but let's be real. She's like with her stupid fucking nose and her dumb fucking hair and all that sort of shit. But in reality, the aggression is stemming from the fact that Zero was bested by someone who was beneath her at a different point in time. And so you've painted her up to be this up there conniving fucking criminal mastermind, when, you know, as what you guys have gotten so far is she was just invited to be the security captain, and she just abused her power to do so. So now all of a sudden you're like, oh, she wasn't this fucking big bad fucking like, you know, kingpin. She just got lucky. And it is what it is. And now that hurdle's out of the way, and everyone's gonna be shell-shocked for the next fucking week because they're like, we fucking just like committed a murder in the middle of a government-funded fucking event. But we're going on a holiday somewhere else for about 4 fucking weeks because we've got to travel halfway across the continent. You're leaving and your family's on the way fucking back from their fucking little holiday.
Oh yeah.
We'll give them a kiss on the lips as we go past them.
2 different directions. You guys might be going that way.
No,
We're
we're going
going
the opposite way.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate how far my lips can travel, thank you.
That's a weird spell.
Long distance kiss. 9th level evocation.
No, it's just called mwah mwah.
Ever do that again?
Instantly.
Oh god, mate, Dutch cream sandwich make it a spell. I'm just excited to see now that we've gotten over the hurdle of Tess, where everyone else's brain's gonna go, because you were there to help Zero overcome that problem. So once you've got like a week of peace and quiet on the road to yourself before you hit like the next town or something, where's everyone's minds gonna wander to, and is everyone's perception of their friend gonna change in light of that, or is it gonna bring the party closer? Will there be some slight conflict? Will that in turn change how your characters start perceiving the outside world, because like now you've seen how fucking bad it can get? That's what I'm curious to see, because I just like emotionally hurting everyone at this table.
I also like emotionally hurting everyone at the table, which is why I'm going to say that Zeph has rose-coloured glasses.
Oh, totally get
Shattered.
Mm-hmm.
For gods?
For Mama Zero.
Oh, damn.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, it was, you know, for me, real quickly before we wrap it up, it's so funny that you say it, because I believe the thing with rose-colored glasses is no matter how bad it is, you always like see the good in it. Is that what that kind of means? Okay, thank you.
You basically, it's like a saying of you can never hate that person because you always see them in the light. You never see them the way other people
okay.
do. So like it doesn't matter how bad someone is, you're constantly looking at them like the sun shines out of their fucking asshole.
I think the turning point for that was when when Zeph told Zero, I don't think you should resurrect your son, it's not going to be a good idea. And you didn't yell, you didn't scream, you didn't cuss, you did like the most gentle parenting I think she would have ever done in her life as a parent. And then Zeph's whole fucking mood changed and it became a different story.
Yeah.
So I think I like that. You had something to say, you put your finger up, you did the thing.
One of my favourite quotes from an animated TV show I've ever watched was this one specifically, which is, when wearing rose-coloured glasses, all the red flags just look like flags.
Yeah.
That's where my brain went straight away.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
BoJack Horseman is a great show.
Great show.
BoJack
Which
Horseman.
is so wild
So
to
sad.
me, because Zero's constantly like, have you seen my red flags?
Zeph's like, I'm colourblind.
the white eyes aren't for show, dude. These don't work. I'm actually
blind.
I'm 40% blind in this eye, 90% blind in this eye. In fact, I actually can't see you right now, sir. That's what it feels like to me. But that is really, really cool. And unless anyone had anything else we wanted to add, I think we're all gravy babies to wrap this one up. Dinosaurs, there it is. Okay.
Send more questions.
Yeah.
Have comments on everything. We'll respond to everything. We love the interaction.
Yeah.
It's been cool as hell!
Absolutely.
The instant silence and all I can hear is the aircon in the background. It's fucking great. But that was fun. That was fun. We should definitely not span these out as much, because that's really good fun. There was a lot of inappropriate shit in this episode.
Completely appropriate for our table. If you're not vibing, fuck off.
I reckon we should do like a little like D&D ASMR.
I'm down for that.
I'm so down for that. Oh my god.
Dude, I love ASMR, dude. That shit feels- Could you imagine running a D&D campaign that's all soft-spoken and
Oh
whispering?
my god. I would die.
No, because our table explodes every 35 seconds.
Yeah, it's true.
Imagine
I
trying to
could-
say equipment and it's
I
like...
put hard caps on our audio and then balance everything out.
We'd have to play with like divided table screens so we can't look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded tempting. Now, you've got me thinking. Maybe I should. Maybe we should do that. Easy fucking money. 35,000 views of video. There it is. Oh, that's relaxing. You guys can't hear this, but I can.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
That was so loud, it actually hurt my eyeballs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think I was that loud.
You know what that reminds me of? That guy that was playing with the new AI chat feature on Google, and he just went, and it's just like, whoa! They fucking dethrone his microphone. I'll find it later. But for now, I think that's going to be where we're going to wrap up this episode of Tome Table. Thank you very much for watching.
With microphone deep throating.
With microphone deep throating included.
Yeah.
Batteries not included though, so figure that shit out for yourselves. I don't really have anything else to add to that because I've been struck by audible lightning. So I think we're just going to say peace out and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Good evening.